all the initiatives taken by the government for the welfare of tribal people.
Scheduled tribes constitute 8% of India's population. India also has the second largest population of scheduled tribes after Africa. But what has the government done for scheduled tribes? With me is Minister for Tribal Affairs and Panchayati Raj, K.C. Deo. Sir, welcome to Do the Show, sir.
Thank you.
So, I'll start with first, it's a simple question. What has the government done for the scheduled tribes in last 5 years? Concise, 2 brief points.
You see, in the last 5 or 6 years, I think what the UPA government has done is more than what any government has done so far for the scheduled tribes. One is the introduction of the Forest Right Act. Before this, the existence was not in fact recognized in our country. This was most unfortunate. So this, for once, not only recognized the existence, gave them the rights, some dignity, and I think it's gone a long way for the scheduled tribes, because I think this is some sort of a dream which has come true.
So how has it improved the situation of scheduled tribes vis-a-vis 10 years ago?
You see, 10 years ago, a scheduled tribe had no right of his existence. Now, what does the Forest Right Act sought to do? It has sought to recognize the pre-existing rights and to regularize it.
So giving a right is a different thing, improving the economic condition is a different thing. How has the government improved the economic condition? And specifically, when India is growing, has the scheduled tribes missed the bus, or the government is doing something so that they can also be part of that inclusive development?
Well, it's not the bus, they've missed almost everything so far. Well, what did the scheduled tribes live on? Minor forest produce, what they collected in the forest from the trees. You see, they had no rights over this till now. So when you're talking of economic empowerment, Forest Right Acts actually today has made them the owners of their own produce, which they have been living on for all these years. But earlier on, it was the mercy of either the forest department or of some government official. Today, they are the boss of their own destiny as far as these produce are concerned. We have also now, we are in the process of offering them a remunerative price for the minor forest produce. The cabinet has yet to approve it.
So there is one policy of term loan also. Can you just elaborate on that?
You see, these rights which we are granting them, these are heritable rights. So they cannot mortgage the land, they cannot sell it. It can only go to the heirs and successors. So naturally, no commercial bank is willing to give a loan to them. So we have a corporation called the National Scheduled Tribe Finance Development Corporation. We have started a scheme to give them loans once they have their pattas and rights recognized, up to 1 lakh rupees on easy terms at a minimal nominal interest of 6%. This will help them to make value addition to their produce. This will help them to develop the coarse grain cultivation, and I think this will go a long way to see that the economic condition improves further. The NSTFDC, the National Scheduled Tribe Finance Development Corporation, also gives loans for education for tribal children. The only condition is that their income should not be more than twice that of the BPL income. And anyone who is interested in getting a loan for education will get a loan for that. We are providing them scholarships, pre-metric and post-metric. We are giving them scholarships for postgraduate studies, for the graduation, and so on and so forth.
So, but education, does that make them employable in the Indian economy?
Well, you need first the basic education. Once you get the basic education up to class 12, we also give them scholarships for higher education. We are trying to give them vocational training, have some semi-skilled institutes like industrial training institutes, polytechnics.
So you talked about education, you talked about economic condition, but talking about health. Without health, there is no wealth. There is an old age. So what's the scheme you have introduced so that the scheduled tribes don't suffer? According to an estimate, malaria is the biggest killer.
Well, you see, we have from the Health Ministry, there are several schemes. There is the Jawaharlal Nehru Rural Health Mission. There are special schemes for tribal areas also.